Now I'm going to ask the military aide to read the rest of the citations as we present the medals. Please be seated.
Simone Biles. Overcoming great odds, Simone Biles is the most decorated American gymnast in history. A former foster child who became a once-in-a-generation athlete, transforming her sport with artistry and degrees of difficulty that reimagine what is possible. With absolute courage and honesty, she expands the legacy of our greatest champions who challenge the powerful and speak up for justice and the wellness of body and mind. Leaning on faith in God and family, Simone Biles is an inspiring symbol of strength, grace, and pride in those three letters, USA. Simone Campbell. Inspired by nuns in Catholic school, Sister Simone Campbell has dedicated her life to the suffering and the searching. For nearly 50 years as a nun and an attorney, she has led organizations that provide free legal services to the poor and advocate for workers and immigrants. Her moral courage helped pass the Affordable Care Act and guide the Nuns on a Bus tour across America to protect the impoverished. With humility and fearlessness, Sister Simone embodies the blessing of faith in God and our obligations to one another as fellow Americans. Ulyata Garcia. Born in a Texas border town, Dr. Ulyata Garcia became the first in her family to graduate from college and the first Mexican-American woman to lead an American college or university. Over 2 decades, she transformed her hometown, University of Texas, Brownsville, into a center of excellence for countless students who were inspired by her example. A trailblazer and a mentor, Dr. Garcia is considered one of our nation's top university administrators who understands the power of education as the great equalizer in America. Gabrielle Giffords. A daughter of Tucson, Arizona, former U.S. Representative Gabrielle Giffords epitomizes public service. Voters elected her 5 times to state and federal office. Even after that January day in 2011 that shocked our nation's conscience, she summoned the courage to keep serving. She learned to walk, speak, and write again. With the support of her husband, U.S. Senator Mark Kelly, she turned pain into purpose as one of the most powerful voices working to end gun violence in America. Because of her, lives will be saved and America will be safer. Fred David Gray. When Rosa Parks refused to move to the back of the bus, Fred Gray represented her in front of the courtroom, just as he did for Martin Luther King Jr. and countless marchers for justice. Risking his own safety, he helped secure voting rights, desegregate schools, and win other battles for the soul of our nation. A patriarch of a family and a movement, Fred Gray is a lawyer by trade and a preacher at heart who follows the command to hate evil, love good, and establish justice in the gate. Lorene Powell Jobs, accepting on behalf of Steve Jobs. Few people in history embody the American spirit of innovation like Steve Jobs. The adopted son of high school educated parents, he redeemed soda bottles to pay for his meals after dropping out of college. At every turn of life, he dared to think different. As the co-founder of Apple, he created one of the most important companies in history, bringing computing into homes and phones and revolutionizing our way of life. A true visionary, a beloved husband and father, Steve Jobs embodied that most American of questions: what's next? Alexander Carlusos. Protopester of the Ecumenical Patriarchate, the former Vicar General of the Greek Orthodox Archdiocese of America, Father Alexander Carlusos is a humble servant of God and the embodiment of the ancient idea that binds two great nations, democracy. Through more than 50 years of service with moral clarity, love of family, and pride in the Greek-American community, the man known simply as Father Alex to presidents and parishioners alike inspires us to believe in the power of we the people. Kazir M. Khan. A son of farmers in Pakistan, Khizr Khan studied law, inspired by the U.S. Constitution. He met and married a college classmate, Ghazala, and together they immigrated to America. A brilliant lawyer, he watched their 3 sons follow their American dreams, including their middle son, Army Captain Humayun Khan, who enlisted during college and paid the ultimate sacrifice in Iraq. The father of a Gold Star Muslim family, Khizr Khan turned pain into purpose to become a foremost defender of the ideals of our Constitution and the embodiment of its highest ideals. Sandra, Liza, Lindsey. An immigrant from Jamaica, Sandra Lindsey is a nurse in Queens, New York, and the first American to be vaccinated against COVID-19 outside of clinical trials. At the height of the pandemic, she directed a team of nurses as they worked tirelessly to save patients while risking their own lives. When the COVID-19 vaccine became available, she was a ray of light in our nation's dark hour and continues to champion vaccinations and mental health for healthcare workers. She represents the best of America. Cindy McCain, accepting on behalf of John S. McCain III. John McCain was a giant among Americans from a family of patriots, a genuine hero who endured unspeakable torture as a prisoner in the war in Vietnam. A true public servant, elected twice to the U.S. House of Representatives and 6 times to the U.S. Senate by the people of Arizona, and nominated for the presidency by the Republican Party. Respected around the world, he was an eternal optimist who believed in consensus, character, and putting country first. His legacy continues to challenge us to cherish integrity and serve with courage and conviction. Diane J. Nash. A fearless leader of the Freedom Rides and Nashville sit-in movements, Diane Nash was a fierce light in darkness. She did more than dream a better America. She helped build one. As a founder of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee in the 1960s, she led some of the most important 20th century civil rights campaigns that inspire activism around the world to this day. For her strategic savvy and absolute courage, Americans owe a debt of gratitude to Diane Nash for helping forge a path toward a more perfect union. Amen. Megan Rapinoe. World Cup champion, Olympic gold medalist, named the world's best women's soccer player, Megan Rapinoe is one of America's great athletes. Known for her creative play and leadership, she also leads with a fierce will off the field. A champion protecting the rights of fellow LGBTQI+ Americans. A leader on the U.S. women's soccer national team, perhaps the most dominant of any team in any sport in their successful fight for equal pay. Megan Rapinoe challenges and inspires millions of people who believe in themselves and the possibilities of our nation. Alan K. Simpson. An Army veteran and public servant, Alan Simpson served with conviction and integrity for 18 years as a Republican U.S. Senator from his beloved state of Wyoming. Despite increasing polarization, he brought people together with wit and wisdom to make progress and find common ground. Never afraid to stand up for what he felt was right, he worked on pressing issues like campaign finance reform and marriage equality. Alan Simpson exemplifies our national ideas of civil discourse, responsible governance, and public service. Richard Trumka Jr., accepting on behalf of Richard L. Trumka. The son of a coal miner, Richard Trumka followed his father into the mines to later become the president of the United Mine Workers and president of the AFL-CIO. He never forgot where he came from and always fought for the dignity of working people. He built worker power by speaking truth to power, knowing that the middle class built America and unions built the middle class. No one did more in the last half-century to build unions than Richard Trumka did. A beloved husband, father, and grandfather, he was the American worker. Wilma L. Vaught. Retired Air Force Brigadier General Wilma Vaught is one of the most decorated women in the history of the United States military. Enlisting in the 1950s, over the next 28 years, she would serve in Vietnam, Europe, and across America, continually rising in rank to become the first woman to hold every job she ever had. She was awarded the Legion of Merit, Bronze Star, and more. In retirement, she spearheaded the nation's first major national memorial honoring the nearly 3 million women who have served in uniform, further cementing her place in American history. Raul Ibanez. Born to a Mexican-American family in the San Juan Valley, Raul Ibanez saw a better world beyond a life in segregated South Texas. After serving in the Air Force, he became one of our nation's preeminent civil rights leaders as president of the National Council for La Raza. Over 30 years, he has forged immeasurable progress on voting rights, education, and more to deliver the promise of America to millions of Latino Americans. In service to our nation, he has helped ensure that America remains a land of possibilities.
This is America.